It's a pleasure to be here to share my story. It's been over 30 years when I was introduced to Neolife. Some of you know that I was a police officer in Toronto. And, when you're in your 20s, you think you can conquer the world. And I thought I had a great career. I thought it was something that I was going to do for the rest of my life. But there were some things that were just missing, and I didn't realize that until I was introduced to Neolife, mainly for health reasons. My mom was struggling with her health. I had some health challenges. Didn't believe in taking supplements. It wasn't something that, was common for a 20-year-old to take. But I was curious. I knew I had to try something because I watched my mom in her 40s and I was in my 20s. And once we were introduced to the products, and they changed our life, I just started sharing with my family and my friends. I didn't really see myself as building a Neolife business. I was really afraid of the direct selling industry. I didn't understand the industry, and being a police officer, I have to say that it was a negative environment, and I worked with a lot of negative people. So it was really hard for me to really dive into the business. But within a month of using the products and sharing the products, I got this check. And I'll never forget this. My husband would say to me, "What did you do? How did you get this?" I'm like, "I just shared my story," and people were asking me about the products. And we were married very young. And one thing that was really, we were both concerned about was we both were police officers working shift work. We were hardly ever home. We just didn't know how children would fit into that kind of lifestyle that we were living. And we wanted to start a family. And I grew up where I wanted to be home and raise my kids, but I just didn't know how that would happen. And after building my Neolife business part-time, just by having some fun and having a bit of a tax savings, I realized that it was something that I could build and grow and make a decision down the road where I could leave my job. So it was just my dream. It was my goal. And, when I was able to leave at age 30, my husband was able to stay home with the boys. He took the paternity leave. He was a police officer as well. And then he realized that it wasn't something he wanted to do, was to go back to work. So this business allowed both of us to leave our careers and leave our jobs. And I have to say that the time freedom was really the number one thing. I was at all my kids' sporting events. I even helped to, help manage one of the football teams. I never missed a practice. I was involved in my kids' life, and we were able to live in the country in our log home. And my husband spends a lot of time with my boys. So that was just the initial dream. But I have to share that the last 2 years were a little more of an eye-opener for me. I've always loved the business, and the products have impacted so many people's lives, as the good nutrition played such a big role. But another thing I want to share with you is the community. Over the last 30 years, I have to say that with everything going on, with shutdowns and the world, being in a positive environment and having a team where I really feel we've become a family has been really the driving force for me to continue building the business. I don't feel like I work a second in the day. I love what I do. The team that we've developed and we've grown together, the friendships, we've grown in hardships. We've lost loved ones. Recently we just lost a dear friend in our team. And I have to say that if it wasn't for the community and just being together as a family, we wouldn't have this environment to keep us going. So the products have impacted so many lives. The business has impacted so many lives, and it's been an amazing journey. I would never take anything back. Everything has been just uphill. And again, it's something that I would highly recommend. There's so many people today that are in an environment where they're not happy with what they're doing, or they're not having an impact or making an impact in people's lives. And I have to say that this adventure and this venture has been nothing but a blessing for me and my family and for my Neolife family. So I would encourage anybody, if they're in any environment at all, if they're looking for positivity impacting people's lives, there's nothing greater than this amazing opportunity and the support that you have with the people in your team and the Neolife family has been an incredible blessing. So thank you.